Consciousness is expressing itself this morning as rain, as water. Beautiful, beautiful rain. Consciousness is expressing itself in every way. The only reason that science, religion, any mindset that is looking outside of the body, in any particular spatial, planetary, organic, biological area, will never discover consciousness. Because consciousness is that what we are. But when the mind is absolute in its believing structure, its believing system, that it is a person, I am this body, I am this person only, you're a prisoner from consciousness. That mind is a prisoner outwith of consciousness. That mind is relying on future. It's meaning the reliance of future and the association with past. Consciousness does not exist in future. It does not exist in past. It only exists in presence, in this one moment, this here and now, this state of now. Therefore, the idea is not to disassociate with the body completely. It's not to simply become a monk in a cave in the Himalayas. The idea is to realize that we have there's a dual purpose available. And it's okay to be dual. But to be imbalanced, if you're a mind that believes you're a person, I am this body, I am this person, I am this name, I am this meat suit, I am this flesh and blood only, you are living in the I am world of stories, of ideas, of past and future. You're not willing to accept the changes to this structure. That you're not solely this body. Soul-lay. There is consciousness and I. One cannot exist without the other. I being male, phallic, stable, towering I. Consciousness being emotional, female, enshrouding, soft, sensory, vagina. Female. Cannot live without one or the other, without both. So when you're experiencing, but forget the male-female part, that's the problem, you see. You think all females are consciousness and all males are I, so we're all different. We're all experiencing ourselves in consciousness as this present moment. And in the present moment, there is only love. There's no association with what happened yesterday, who that person is you're going to meet tomorrow, what's going to happen in your life in 3 years' time, what took place in the Civil War, in the World War I, in the World War II, how we created differences, how we're going to live with these differences. This is the world of I, the world of ego I. This is the world of stability. I want to change the future. I want to plan the future. I want to improve the future. I want to rely on the past. I want to live with the past. I want to associate with the past. I want to change the past. I want to get rid of my past. It's all associations to future and past. This is the I, the dominant I, the believer I, the hopeful I. In the center is consciousness, the knower, the observer, the pure, the loving state that I in the future and past look for, and are always looking from the position of consciousness, but cannot see what the consciousness is because it's looking out with the consciousness in either direction. This is what the speaker means about opposing values. Opposing values mean left or right. You're not centered. You're not middled. You're not Buddha. Consciousness experiences itself, and while you believe you're the person only and this futuristic and past person, you're a prisoner out of consciousness. You cannot be out of consciousness completely. The body cannot survive. Because you believe I'm speaking to you, the body. But I'm speaking to the mind. The mind that disassociates with the present moment because it says, no, don't go there, it's boring. Don't go there, this is the ego, I have so many things to show you. I want you to be a prisoner out of consciousness. Who wants to be consciousness, all existing infinite life? Oh, things to do, things to see, things to change, things to improve, things to compare, things to have preferences over, things to analyze, things to judge. This is what the Bible misses completely. But within it, beyond it, if you really look at the stories as if they are not real stories, they are just a shifting and a sifting to take you back to the center place. What came first, I or consciousness? Same time, same thing. Nothing wrong with venturing into the past, looking at the future, but what about this presence? What about this consciousness? What about this moment? Time is ticking away in the future and ticking away in the past. It's unmoving. It's timeless in this centered here and now. Consciousness has experienced itself on behalf of I. I is here to experience itself on behalf of consciousness. There's no difference. One and the other are the same, but are they equally balanced? Are you a person only, a believing mind that just is constantly out of consciousness into the future, out of consciousness into the past? Or are you a conscious human being, meaning always realizing your position, your place of beingness, your place of life, your place of love, the place of here and now, is this moment that never changes. The mind that lives within this moment, that is looking to the past or the future or the information or the inherited knowledge, the conditioned stuff that is still sifting away into past and future, believing that thoughts are coming and going and it's all reliant. I can't accept this here because I've got something to do in the future. I've got things to change in the future and I can't get out of my past, all these traumas and all this stuff. That is why consciousness will never be experienced out with. Even the thoughts that are coming within the head are taking its place to mask and veil the pure consciousness that is here and available for every being to be, experience and live as for eternity in this moment. This moment is infinite and immortal. Future is temporary. Past is past. It cannot be recovered. It's just a memory system, an idea that there is something to be recovered. There's something to be attached to. There's something that we need to follow. This idea, this sympathetic mind that says our past relatives fought for their rules and regulations to be maintained. And consciousness is saying, what the hell? Consciousness itself is saying, no, I'm experiencing, I don't know how to stop change. I don't know how to stop change, says consciousness. I don't want to stop change, says consciousness. Change is the experience. If the hands are completely frozen, stone-like and still, where is the experience for the fingers? So the fingers get to move. Yeah, we try and maintain that movement. Music changes, art changes, nature changes, human body changes, time changes, love changes. It's appearing in every kind of way. But we look to the future to change it now. I want to change it now. Well, it is changing now. It is constantly changing now within this present moment. If you simply observe the change, don't try and tamper with the change. Don't try and affect the change. Don't try and experience the change. You are the change in consciousness. Consciousness, you are experiencing yourself in all aspects. When you try and manipulate, control, and force some sort of unnatural way just to benefit you, the mind, the ego. I want my life to be like this. I don't want it to be like what it was in the past. And I'm certainly not changing for the future. I want it to be like this. You see, you're always associating with this moment. But when the mind stops saying, I want to be it like this, and says, well, it is already like this. It is always like this. I experience the breath, I experience all the movements, I experience the meditation taking place on its own. There's no meditator. There's no life controlling this, hands moving, there's just life, consciousness moving, essentially, sensually, simply moving. The woman, the female side is promoting, it is loving, it is giving birth to newness every moment within itself, with no controller, with no element. Whereas, who observes this? What observes this? What sees this without giving it names, giving it a quality, giving it a criteria, giving it an opposing value to anything? Death and birth are aspects of life. They are just fluctuation, changes within life. In this consciousness, in this moment, in this here and now, in this awareness, in this presence, you'll see infinite life. When the mind stops shaking its fist, come on, get out of this, come on, I have another thought for you, go make a cup of tea, go do this, go do that. The ego wants to keep you moving. The ego is future and past. The ego I is not replicating the pure I. The pure I is replicating the consciousness and the pure I that it is. To understand full-blown pure consciousness, a scientist can spend thousands of days examining, looking through microscopes, telescopes, whatever, cutting up, researching. But to experience the pure consciousness that it seeks, it is within, deep and safe and in the core of the being, where the universe exists, appearing as if it's out there, as something that reflects the incredible vastness that one is.